All right. Good morning. Good morning. Market's about to open up here in the next 15 seconds. All right, looks like market's still trying to figure out what it wants to do. Bit indecisive. Got this big green candle, followed by the big red one. Tried to dump it, but now we're kind of back up, chopping around these EMAs. Let's get some green. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Still kind of trying to figure out the trend. First couple minutes off the open have been pretty indecisive, but looks like we could be trying to go long here. Let's get a payout this morning. Nice, let's go. Always what we like to hear. Huge sell off last night. Yeah, we came down what, like almost 300 points. You near 80. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, kind of crazy. Yeah, we dumped pretty hard. We started kind of ranging, but still pretty big range in the overnight. And then after, yeah, big sell off. So we could try and recover some of that, or we could maybe continue the dump. So far, holding above all the EMAs. Like I said, a little indecisive off the open. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do just like dump through the EMAs. Tomarki, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Holding above EMAs, giving me a bear vibe today. I know, I was kind of thinking a little bit bearish. But then we got above the EMAs and we've been holding them, so I'll have to wait for it to flip below, or maybe try and go for a long. Hard to say. We'll keep an eye on this in case we do decide to go long off the 15. Buyers do seem to be looking pretty good here, so wait for the next 15-minute candle, but we are uptrending on higher time frames. Yeah, probably a good idea. Here's a little dump. This could be it. But I definitely could kind of slap through these EMAs, which is what I'd be a little afraid of. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of momentum right now. ATR pretty low. Compared to what we've been at, it is definitely relatively low, like a 20. But that's pretty solid for the NQ, typically. Like I said before, if it's like around a 10 or below, that's why I usually don't trade, just because it's like too low. And a 15 would be lower, but typically kind of off the open, I would expect like 15 to 30 probably being like more normal. Maybe even like 15 to 25. Like 30 is definitely higher than normal, I think. Like, yeah, if the market opens and you're up at a 30 ATR, some people might want to be sizing down and stuff. So 20's might just be about right. 6.7 on ES, usually 10 to 12 out on open. Oh, really? Like, when you say usually, do you mean like usually in the last year or usually in the last couple, like month or so? Because if I were to say like in the last month or so, then yeah, probably NQ usually opens with like a 30 or more in the last like couple weeks or month. But in the past like year or two. Okay, just what you've been seeing. Yeah. I think in general it has been a little bit more volatile recently. Which could be the new normal, but also don't know for sure. Dang, it looks like it wants to kind of go lower here. But this 1 minute candle, it's not the most convincing. Yeah, shorts could be the move here. So we are kind of picking up here a little bit with the short momentum. Might try a short. We have a minute until the 15-minute candle closes as well. And this definitely would be a pretty nice close if we stayed in this area. Kind of pulling back already though. Would have been nice if it closed down there first. Still might not be bad though. But I don't know if I want to take the trade. With the close about to happen in 10 seconds. Peace Supreme, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, there's the 15-minute close. It could still be pretty bearish here. But hard to say. Yeah, there's a little pop. Definitely not a big fan of this so far. This price action. Could be a typical Monday. Just no continuation on the moves. Short or chop day, aim for points. Yeah, that's about the same analysis I kind of had going. I mean, it's looking kind of choppy right now. We're about to undo this entire leg down. At the same time, if we do get below these EMAs and hold and go lower, it's going to be a nice dump, I think. Yeah, we did just cancel out last daily candle. Weird move though. Yeah. Definitely making me want to keep my hands off just a little bit until I'm really for sure on something. Even my typical like bull flag, bear flag kind of things, I don't know if I trust them too much. How long have you been consistently profitable in trading? Well, I got my first payout last June, but being consistently profitable is always a challenge. It's always a constant battle. Is trading a full-time job? Kinda. Sometimes I'll do some other stuff, help my dad out with things like his business or other odd jobs, but yeah, I trade every morning for 2 to 3 hours, sometimes a little bit longer. So It's not like the only thing I do, but it is like the main thing that I do. Also, forgot to change this, but Funding Ticks is still 50% off. They had their Black Friday and Thanksgiving deal over the weekend, and still live. I guess it is Cyber Monday, so that is another thing. But yeah, if you did not get an account for 50% off over the weekend, you still can today. It's the best deal that I've seen them have personally, as I've been trading with them and just keep an eye on their accounts and sales. So definitely check them out. Kind of just going nowhere here at the highs though, unfortunately. Can't really seem to get above the 15-minute opening range high. Even if we do, I mean, typically if we close above it, I might have gone for like a retest, but I don't know if today's the day for that. Don't know if we're gonna get a lot of continuation here. It could be nice on the short side. So we're trying to continue higher here. Not very good though. We're not doing too well of a job. Not a lot of buyers coming in. Delta's looking a little weak. ES has actually already broken the highs. So we'll see if NASDAQ follows or not. Yeah, definitely stronger on ES. Could be a long day despite XYZ. Yeah, sometimes that happens. All the reasons in the world for it to be a short day, and it decides, you know what, we're gonna go long today. Definitely kind of feels like that. Just the way that we kind of went for the lows here and then just bounced right back up to the highs. And the fact that we didn't bounce out the highs back to the lows means that we actually could continue this move higher. And maybe it's not quite as choppy as we thought. Still don't know if there's going to be a lot of momentum or continuation though. Yeah, it definitely seems to be picking up here. Does funding ticks have activation fee? No, they do not. No activation fee, just the upfront price, and that's it. And they have end of day drawdown too, which is really nice. Actually, they added an option for live trailing drawdown, which is even cheaper than their normal accounts. I don't know if that's something I'd pick, just because, you know, I like end of day. But I guess it's nice that they have the option, and it is cheaper. I think it makes their cheapest account like under $40. Is there a daily profit gain cap? Like a consistency rule? There is one on the evaluation. It's like 40%. So on the 50K account, you can't make more than like $1,000 in a day. But once you're funded, there's no consistency. So you can make as much as you want in a day. Yes, 15-minute looks wild. Now let me take a look at that. Yeah, NQ is pretty similar. Just kind of has this like wick down. It almost looks like it's like holding below the EMA, and then this last candle is just this huge green one. Taking out all these highs and stuff. Kind of wild. Could have a nice bull flag here, actually, assuming that we have some continuation today. I still don't know if we're going to. Do you know the difference between the Pro plus live trailing and Pro plus end of EOD trailing? Yeah. So trailing, basically live means that like it'll trail your unrealized live gains. So if I'm like up on an account, I thought about taking this bull flag, but yeah, we have news. I forgot to mention that news at 8 o'clock, which is right now, or at 10 o'clock Eastern. Looks like it would have worked out pretty nicely, but yeah, I just didn't want to, with the news and slippage and stuff, didn't want to risk it. But it was tempting. It was really tempting there. Anyways, back to your question. So let me just pull out sim accounts. I think it's best to explain it this way sometimes.
Order filled.
But if I get like in this trade here, just like on a sim account as an example, basically as my P&L goes up, like it was up like $9-10 there. The example would actually be easier if I was on a mini, not a micro. So that's on me. But basically, even if I lose this trade and lose $46, because I was up $9 in profit for just a second, it basically counts that as like me being in profit. if that makes sense. So my drawdown will then move up $9 because I made $9 on this trade, even though I didn't like finish the trade. Does that make sense? And EOD means end of day trading or trailing. So basically your drawdown only trails if you end the day in profit. So if I end the day
order filled
up, you know, $1,000 or whatever, then my drawdown moves up $1,000. But it doesn't matter what happens like in the middle of the day. Like if I make $1,000 and then lose $1,000, my drawdown doesn't change. If that's the result at the end of the day. But with live trailing, I could make, you know, $600 during the day and I could lose it, or, you know, anything could happen. And if I do, it still counts me being up 600 as like me being up $600. So the drawdown still moves throughout the day, not just at the end of the day. If that makes sense. Hopefully it kind of explains it. So what is the point in drawdown? Will it affect me? It definitely might affect you. A lot of people in the trading space, especially with prop firms, do prefer end of day. Because like I said, it only affects you if you make money at the end of the day. Where the live trailing, the cheaper one, makes it so even if you lose a trade, if you made money on the trade before you lost it, or let's say you like win a trade then lose a trade, it still moves up your drawdown. So if we'll just use like the 50K as an example. That one's usually one of the more popular ones. The drawdown is $2,000. So on that account, the starting balance is $50,000, right? If you make, let's say, $1,000 in a day, then your drawdown moves up to 51. No, your profit moves up to 51,000. But your drawdown goes from 48,000 to 49,000. That's where like you'll lose your account. So yeah, the only main difference is that the end of day won't count that $1,000 win until the day's over. So during the day, you'll have $2,000 plus all the money that you make during the day. Whereas a live trailing, you always have $2,000 to lose. And it updates every time you make any money. So you make $1,000 in the day. Now you still can only lose $2,000. Whereas end of day, it waits till the end of the day to calculate that. And then the next day, your drawdown moves up to 49,000 instead of 48,000. So you just have a little bit more freedom with the end of day drawdown. It's not as stressful, right? And again, the worst part for me is when it basically will tax unrealized gains. It's not actually like a tax, but it's one thing to win a trade and then lose a trade, but it's another thing to have unrealized profits in a trade. And then if you take a break even on the trade, your drawdown still moves up, because even if you were up $300 before you went break even, it still counts that as profit. So you make $300 on a trade, your drawdown moves up $300, and then you take a break even trade. So you didn't lose the trade. It's not a bad trade at all. But now you only have $1,700 to lose instead of $2,000. Does that make sense? So yeah, basically, main difference. Feel free to ask more questions too. It's a little hard to explain with just words. Sometimes it's easier to like show with kind of like drawings or graphs and things, but Yeah, it's kind of in the name, but there's the end of day trailing, which updates at the end of the day, and live trailing updates every, like it's constantly updating, always. So to answer your question though, is it worth doing the 15% off? That depends on you. I'd say if you're a pretty consistent trader, or even just a good trader in general, it probably wouldn't hurt you that much. It might be worth it. But personally, I prefer end of day. That's what I have right now. Because then I'm able to hold trades longer. And I'm able to let them become break even or even a loss without it like messing up my drawdown too much. No, I'm not confident enough in my abilities. And that's fair. Definitely takes a lot to admit that and just be, you know, aware of that. Yeah, one bad trade can definitely do a lot. I would definitely recommend managing your risk in a way that one trade doesn't blow up your account. But that's just my preference. But it happens. I've definitely done it. Especially when I traded with Apex. Apex is notorious. Like they only have the live trailing drawdown. A couple other accounts in prop firms do have it. But Apex is the main one that's kind of had it for a long time. And some people don't like it. Some people don't think it's that big of a deal. I actually got like more payouts on Apex than any other prop firm so far. And they had the live trailing. So like it is an interesting beast because I feel like it actually did help me learn how to trade better by just like locking in profits and getting payouts. But at the same time, end of day just is better because it lets you have more drawdown. But on the evaluations, Apex, you're allowed to pass in one day. So I try and pass in one day. And I've done it. I'm not going to say I haven't. But I've had my fair share of losses as well. But yeah, the craziest part was I put on like 5 contracts. We'll throw on a... Hold up. We'll do a practice on a mini this time again.
Order filled.
So yeah, throw on like 5 contracts like this. And basically the goal would be to make $3,000 to pass the evaluation. But obviously you only have $2,500 on Apex to lose. So pretty quickly you might lose this account. But also you got to remember this wick here. I think this wick, it's like what, 6 points? You can see I'm up like $200-300 here. I think I might have been up like 400 at the peak. Yeah, 400, 500, 600, 700. So you kind of like, you're watching this here, like it's like, okay, I'm up. I hit a peak there of like $700. So now it's like not only, because I might get stopped out just in general, but like I also have $700 less on my drawdown. So I'm down $1,000. I'm actually down $1,700 because it counts this as like my maximum profit on the account. Yeah, again, we're kind of down to like that negative 1,000, negative 1,500. But actually, that's negative 1,500 plus 700 because the drawdown moves live, right? It's constantly updating. Whereas a normal account, you'd still have the full 2,500 or 2,000 to lose on this example. But on this one, I think I would have blown up the account because we were down like 1,700 plus, I mean, this 700 here would have been like the maximum amount to lose. I have a past tops up funded account awaiting XFA, or I can buy a funding tick account in between. Ooh, that's I mean, that's awesome. They passed your top step funded account waiting for the XFA. But yeah, I know that sometimes takes a minute, so definitely doesn't hurt just to be patient and wait to trade. But if you have the money and you want to like start another account as well, can't go wrong with funny ticks, especially compared to Top Step. Like Top Step's, you can't go wrong with Top Step. At the same time, the prices on funny ticks are just better. You can get a 50K account, all in, no activation fee, for like, what is it, like $45 right now or less. There's a couple of different options to choose from. But now they have 50% off all of their accounts. They have instant funding accounts. They call them the zero accounts. Those ones are a little more expensive. But then they have their typical just like growth pro plus accounts where you just like pass the evaluation, get funded. And those ones are, yeah, a little cheaper. And there's no activation fee. So what you see is what you pay, and that's it. Or I think Top Step, don't they have like $150 activation fee or something? I'll close this. Just
order filled.
Hypothetical trade here. Go back to my other account. Kind of a choppy day. This is a little unfortunate. I guess it's a Monday. Did you get rid of those? No? They might have. Let me check their Discord. Because I was going to say, they might have just updated and changed it. I think there's you have options now. You can basically... Yeah, they're now your choice. Basically, you can pick your path, standard or no activation. Standard is $50 like normal. But you have to pay a $130 activation fee when you get funded. Or you pick no activation for $89. And then you have no activation fee when you pass. So basically, now the 50K account with no activation fee is $90. Which is better than if you pick the standard path. But still, like, I mean, funny ticks. That's like the starting price of funny ticks without the discount when you use my code. So kind of crazy. You pay less to reactivate. Okay. I guess if you're planning on failing, I'm just kidding. But that is nice to have. That was always the thing I found like the funniest. Like, just resets in general. Like typically resets on like most accounts, they're like just as much as like buying a new account, if not more. So it's like, why would you reset your account? Why wouldn't you just like buy a new one? At least on some prop firms. Like, I think Apex was like $50 to reset your account. Not a funded account either, because you weren't allowed to like reset funded. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, why would anyone get the active fee route? Exactly. It's usually they don't want to do the eval again. Yeah. Resets are for the impatient like me. Yeah, those resets they can be useful because, yeah, you can just reset your funded account and then you don't have to pass the eval again. But I was referring to like the resets for evals because not a lot of platforms have resets for funded accounts, or if they do, they're a little pricey. But like Apex, for example, I think it was like $50 to reset your eval, not your actual like funded account. Is there an eval reset? I think so. Like I think even with like Top Step, it's like, oh, you can pay a slightly cheaper, maybe the same to like reset your eval or your combine. Yeah, I don't know. But if there is a reset on a funded account, that's a different story, obviously. It definitely can save you a lot of time. But also, with that in mind, I mean, if you're spending like $450 to reset 25k TPT, that's not bad, especially if you like TPT and the daily payouts and everything. But I mean, Funny Ticks has got their 0 accounts 50% off right now. You can get a 50k account for like $200 or something like that, 230-ish. I mean, no daily payouts, but you get weekly payouts. And you'd only spend like $232. Yeah, it's talking about funding resets. Gotcha. Definitely, yeah, big difference there. Makes a lot more sense. Roderick Wright, thank you for the follow. Or you can get a 25k straight to funded 0 account for like, the normal price is $314. I guess that's depending on if you pick a live or end of day trailing, because you can choose now. Live is $314, end of day is $349, and that's without the 50% off discount. So it's like $175 for end of day, and then just over $150 for the live trailing drawdown. And then you can skip straight to the funded stage. Don't have to take any evaluation. Kind of nice. Kind of just chopping here at the highs. That's been unfortunate. Even if we pull back to the CMA, it's like, do we trust it? Don't ever skip. What do you mean, like skip the funding or like the evaluation? At least like in the first place. Straight to funded. Interesting, because you're just saying that you're impatient. So I was like, oh, this is perfect for him. But I could see why you might not want to. Just out of principle, because it's good to like do the eval, follow the rules. Oh, he's also cheap. Yeah. Yeah, the straight to funded's not bad with 50% off or like a decent discount, but you're still paying hundreds of dollars for an account. Why are you delayed? I'm not sure what you mean. There might be a slight delay on the stream, but I don't know. You're trading delayed markets? I'm not. I don't know, chat, am I? No one else has mentioned that yet, and I don't think I am. Maybe you are. Need the shorts to pick up. Could happen here. Watch for a moment to pick up below the 15-minute EMA on ES. Yeah, I have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, ES definitely stronger today with the moves, both up and down. Finally broke below the 5 EMA. Yeah, looks like we're about to on NASDAQ. Kind of struggling here a little bit though. Spell the 15 next. Could be on its way. So I might dump here. Kind of wants to. But still just holding this 5 EMA pretty well. Kind of struggling to really go anywhere. Last couple minutes have done basically nothing. Alright, there's the dump. Could be going through the EMA on ES right now. And Q still got a little bit of ways before we go and touch it. This would be the area to buy if we were bullish. So it would have been pretty decent long, actually, for now. This is also set up for 15-minute chop. Yeah, the momentum kind of canceling out. Get that strong move up, and we're kind of making our way most of the way down. At least on ES. Looking at NQ though, it doesn't really look like it's canceling it out too much. The EMA has actually gone up enough. But yeah, this pullback is not really undoing this move here. So yeah, ES kind of telling a different story, but NQ actually could work out here. Unless NQ decides to follow ES, in which case might be dumping a little bit. Definitely not the cleanest trade here, which could be because of ES and the little divergence there of price and, you know, what it's doing. Still good workout though. Creative Art Space 219. Thank you for the follow. Let it dump. Exactly. Yeah, if we do get kind of through this zone and the CMA, we definitely will probably be dumping. It's just a little indecisive still. Get the green. Brother, I'm trying. So far, just haven't had any super good setups today. Kind of had this like fake move up, fake move down. And then we made this move up. And as soon as we got to the highs, we've just been chopping. But yeah, it looks like any second now we could be dumping. But we're still kind of holding the 15-minute EMA here for now. And ES definitely looking a little more bearish than NQ. Just funny technique verification before or after buying eval. What do you mean, like verification after? Yeah, if you're talking about like social security number or that kind of stuff, I think it's after. Or yeah, I think they had me like upload a picture of my driver's license or something. But yeah, that was after I got funded. Nice long setups here. I know it's kind of tempting. I almost went for the long here off the 15, kind of in the zone that I drew. But ES is kind of dumping a little bit heavier. It's kind of holding below some of these EMAs. If it does hold, it could be kind of nice. But yeah, I don't know if I trust it quite yet. But yeah, this could be the dump we're talking about. The momentum kind of picking up here. Kind of finally getting below that EMA. Why don't I get the shorts? Good question. Guess this wasn't quite quite sure if that was the move. I know you talked about it earlier, but yeah, I was kind of watching it and picked up the momentum. I said I could maybe try if we hold like below the 5 again, but maybe that was already the move and it's over. Yeah, kind of hard not to be a little bit bullish with what price has been doing. I mean, yeah, even this, it's like, you could try to short this, assuming that we hold the EMAs after this big move down. Taking it. Good luck. I mean, yeah, it might be a nice long up here. Hard to say. Might be kind of canceling out some of that momentum that we just had. Which could mean we just kind of chop around. $25 to $40.50. All right. Might not be too bad. Well, as I say that, we're dumping. Stop below 300. It looks like you almost got stopped out there, but you might have gotten saved. Yeah, it looks like that short would have been kind of nice. But I don't know if I would have gotten my target filled unless I had a smaller target. So yeah, once we got in, depending on when I would have gone in on this short, once we got below the 15, if I got in at like 95, we only went down to 66, so only like 29 points. So depending on my profit target, don't know if I would have gone filled on that unless we went for like 28 points, but kind of hard to say. Hard to say. Yeah, you were dang close, but it looks like you're about to get filled here. Yeah, 45. Looks like it's going to go up to 50. Yeah, there it is. Breakthrough 50. Yeah, not too upset with this. That was a good trade. Maybe a little lucky on the stop there. But hey, you gotta take the luck when you can get it. Didn't break the lows. Looking like a chop day for ES. Yeah, we tried to make that push down. And we just came right back up. NQ is looking better. It definitely could be kind of bullish here. But it definitely could chop as well. Plus 400 trade with 1 mini. Nice. It could try again. That's facts. Yeah, I just didn't quite trust the shorts as much as you did. Which again, kind of could have made a little bit of money here, depending on when I got in and if I took profit. But I'm not too upset kind of keeping my hands off of this because seeing this is kind of scary. The pump slowed down my Google short. Dang it. You hate to hear it. Yeah, the short Momo is definitely not gone, but it's definitely a lot lower than it was. And it might be gone. Might be done today. Can't jeopardize the payout. Yeah, that's definitely the best thing to do with prop firms. If you're trading prop firms, the goal is to get paid. Obviously, you want to be like a good trader. And it takes a good trader to make payouts, but at the same time, you got to play the system a little bit. Definitely don't want to force it if you can get the payout. And we're kind of holding the 20s. That could have been a decent short. I might have maybe missed it here. But also, could try and make the move down again. TechFlu is still short biased, which makes sense. This funny tick's still running at 50%. They are. I checked their website this morning, and it looks like they're still running 50% off. They started like Friday or Thursday. I guess it is Cyber Monday, so I guess it makes sense that it's still up. So take advantage of it while you still can. Yeah, normally I probably would have expected it to end like last night. Or even like Saturday. But yeah, kind of nice that they kept it up for today. But also, maybe they didn't get as much like sales as they were hoping for. Because I know personally, like, I was kind of tuned out over the weekend. Like Thanksgiving, spending time with my family, that kind of stuff. I wasn't exactly like, oh hey, I'm gonna like be trading and looking at prop firms and stuff, you know? So I'm sure there's a lot of people that just didn't even know that they had the discount. I tried to like put some messages in the Discord and stuff in case anyone was obviously curious. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, if I didn't like check and see the update, I wouldn't have really known about it either. Like, you traded Thursday and Friday. I'm sure some people definitely did, and if I didn't have anything going on, I probably would have as well. Not gonna lie. But it looks like the second entry here may have been a pretty decent long. But yeah, I just don't know if I have a super strong long bias yet or not. That's how degenerate I am. Low key, like, I'm like almost that degenerate, but like not quite. Sometimes I like force myself not to be Otherwise, I just get like too into it. Need to give myself a break. I know that 25, 20 area. Marked it out with the CMA. Either of those would have been a decent buy. Still a little choppy though, so I don't feel bad not taking it. Yeah, and 11 a.m. is coming up too, so could be almost kind of done on the day with some good momentum. Just a little unfortunate. Took small trades. I think I made like 700 of those 2 days. That's not bad. Definitely worth it if you made some money. I was gonna say, I looked back at the charts just out of curiosity. I looked at like Friday or Saturday. I was looking back at Thursday. And Thursday, oh yeah, it doesn't even come up on like as a trading day on like with my session thing. It's hard to like tell where the open even is. But I think we literally opened, we like dumped like 20 points, which isn't even like much of a dump. And then we ranged like 10 points on NQ. Yeah, playing the range might have been the play on Thursday. It was literally like a 10-point range, which is like super tight, super nothing on NQ. Need Google to dump. You might just have to be more patient. I don't know. Yeah, market just shut down. Thursday, nobody was trading except bet on a guy he was. Oh, the CMH like went down. Like actually, I think I did see like a message from a couple of prop firms about that. I think Top Step was like, what did they say? Yeah, they had like a thing like, hey traders, for those of you impacted by today's outage event. Looks like they're trying to like fix some of those negative P&Ls and stuff made between 8:45 and 10:15 CST. So that's good. The prop firms are kind of helping people out. Took a trade an hour before. Yeah, it's good that you weren't a part of it. But also, like, it looks like, again, like, I don't know about all the prop firms, but Top Step is saying, like, any negative realized trades made between 8:45 and 10:15 Central will be removed. So looks like even if you did trade during that time, they'll fix things for you. But yeah, same area holding up really well. Should have made a trade based off the 15-minute EMA. A little zone that I drew working out perfectly. Just kidding, this first one was kind of mid, but it might have maybe hit my profit target up here somewhere. The second one though is kind of buttery. So I might get a breakout too. But definitely a little choppy. Almost 11 a.m. as well. Yeah, even 45. Again, that's where like TechFlu's kind of strategy with the, original entry being down here at like 25. Or maybe even like 23, 24. And then the second entry would have been kind of above these EMAs, probably, yeah, like 35, almost 40. Not quite 45, but even, yeah, 45. That would have been where you scale in with your other contracts. And then once you scale in here and then it rips, then you get bada bing, bada boom, some nice profit. We're seeing 15 points to make 25. There it goes. I know there's the nice break. Definitely, just like Tekfa said, we're back with those EMAs, so the long bias to the chop. So yeah, kind of wait for that second entry. Possibly might try and see if we get a trade here off one of these EMAs, but we'll see. Or maybe I'll just kind of be hands off for the day. Yeah, that was really clean. Buyers are kind of just waiting. We kind of consolidated here for a second. And it was only a matter of time before we broke out of the consolidation. I was going to say, this is kind of like, I mean, I don't know if it was like here or maybe kind of just this overall consolidation. We kind of had a bull flag, you know, forming. Not very clean, but once we kind of broke through these highs here, that's when we broke. And now we got like no wicks on the bottom of both these candles. They're just going straight up. No mercy. The 15-minute on NQ is looking really clean right now, actually. ES is actually struggling a little bit, looking a little weak, a little more choppy like we talked about. But NQ is looking very bullish. Definitely could be looking for 15-minute trade. Even though it will probably be after 11 a.m. It might still be worth taking, especially because we haven't had a lot of momentum off the open. And between, what is it, like kind of this hour here, we've kind of just been not really doing anything. So we actually could pick up a little momentum later in the day. But also it's a Monday after a long break. So I wouldn't try and force anything too much. Personally. Of course it's clean when I'm not trading it. Exactly. That's just how it works. The market makers are here. They know all. When I'm in it, has to wick and stupid VPA. Pretty much. Yeah, when you got on that first trade, where was it? I think it was literally here. You like 25, you like almost hit the top. You got top ticked almost. Came down, nearly stopped you out. And then you got lucky with the move up. Not lucky, not necessarily lucky, but it definitely could have stopped you out pretty easily if it didn't hold this 15-minute EMA, which luckily it did. ES chart looks weird as frick on the 1 minute. Take a gander. Oh yeah, what are you talking about? That looks so nice. Super clean. Short this RSI chop strat. Oh, that could be the move. We're sitting right at the 70 on NQ. Just don't know if I trust the chop too much yet. I mean, we are definitely not like super trendy. We definitely have a little bit of that chop. And eventually we'll get a pullback in general. But it definitely looks like the momentum picked up here. Which makes me just a little more hesitant to try and take like a RSI chop up here. it'd be more appealing if we were kind of just in like a, if we were in a range kind of like this, kind of up and down like this, and we were hitting the RSI like 60 or 70 here, that would definitely be a little bit more appealing than trying to sell here. Even though like we are at the highs, we've ranged up and down. Look at ES. You see on ES, maybe, or actually very likely, this is not bad. But if you look at NQ, especially the 15-minute chart, I'll switch it just on here. I mean, this is what the 15-minute looks like. I don't really want to short the top of this on the, you know, based off 15-minute, even the 5-minute. I'm not really wanting to short up here, personally, but doesn't mean it won't work out, of course. How do I connect my Funny Tick account to Tradeovate? It might take a sec once you like buy it for it to be like activated, but then it should give you like an email with some login credentials, and then you just log into Tradeovate with those credentials. It'll give you like a username and password. Yeah, they'll give you like a new account for Tradeovate. And then you'll have to sign like there's some sort of agreement or something they have to sign, but it should like pop up in your face. And once you sign that, you won't have like the delayed data anymore. But also if you've signed it before, you might be good. But you still might have to sign it if you're new to funding ticks. But yeah, sometimes it could take a couple minutes to like get the email with the account details, or for the account to be like activated and ready to trade. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions or if it's being weird, because it should be pretty straightforward. Well, we haven't quite canceled out the momentum on NQ. But I mean, the ATR is just dropping off a cliff here. We had the nice move up, and then we just, these last like 5-10 candles, it's like 8 candles, have been pretty rough. Made $500 done for the day. Heck yeah. Good job. I had a feeling that was coming. I get my TradeAway to look like yours. I just opened this and it looks like a spaceship. So this is actually a Ninja Trader. You can see like the Ninja Trader LLC at the bottom. So it is different than TradeAway. Well, I'm signed in through TradeAway, if that makes sense. So if you download the Ninja Trader desktop app, that's what this is, and you can log into your TradeAway account. Because yeah, TradeAway it's a little bit different. TradeAway it's just like the website. Actually, I can actually like pull it up as well. TradeAway is nice. It's kind of nice to have just like for certain reasons, but yeah, Ninja is what I kind of prefer. It's a little cleaner, a little bit more customizability or whatever. How do you use that? Just Google it. I'll put it in the chat as well. And then just download the desktop app. And then once you get that set up, I can help you log in, or they might have instructions as well on their like website or the email on how to log in. Can you please tell me the name of that song? Let me see. Unfortunately, I might not be able to. I can tell you where to find it. But basically, this is a 12 hours of free background music, copyright free. So yeah, it doesn't. I thought it might tell me the names of some of the songs, but like even in the description, it's not. But if you go to 1 hour and 41 minutes in, that's when it plays. Here, I'll put the title. I can't put links, but I'll put the title in the chat for you. And you should be able to find it on YouTube. And then 1 hour and 41 minutes in, that's when I can't find a download. Here, let me go to the website and see if I can see what you're seeing. Because you should be able to. I think host can paste links. I've tried before and it didn't work. But I'll try again. Let me try it with the YouTube video. Don't know if it'll work though. Let me know if you see that. I just put it in the chat. You see, because it would make sense if the host can, because it's like, I'm the host, I can post my links. And it makes sense if other people can't, because obviously spamming or scamming, that kind of stuff, it can get pretty annoying. No, I can't see it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I think I've tried it before with like funding ticks and it didn't work. A little annoying. But yeah, let me go. So ninjatrader.com. You might have to log in, but I don't think you have to like actually, like you can just sign up with Google. You don't have to like actually open an account with money, if that makes sense. But I think before I like finish that statement, I think you can still download the platform without logging in. But let me look around. Yeah, you might have to like make an account, but it's free. It's free to make an account. Actually, yeah, no, yeah, I remember now. You do have to make an account. Even when you like download it and sign in. Because you like log into your TradeAway accounts with like some of the settings that they have on there. But every time I open NinjaTrader, I still sign in with like my main just like NinjaTrader account. If that makes sense. But like I said, if you click open account and then you just click like sign up with Google, it basically just does it for you. And then you can just like log in and then sign in with Google. It just takes a second, click your account. You don't have to pay anything. And then oh wow, they changed their whole website. It's actually kind of cool now. Interesting. But yeah, once you sign in, in the bottom left, you'll see a little button you click to download the award-winning desktop platform for free. Let's see, this could have been the entry. I might try the second entry if we get it. Now it's Chop Strap versus EMA. Pretty much. Ninja owns TradeAway, so you can log in with both. Yeah, you actually might be able to do that too. Just log in with your funding ticks credentials with the NinjaTrader platform. I've never tried that because I just log in with my normal account and then they have like the connections and you can like configure them and you can add a TradeAway connection or just NinjaTrader connection and then like put in your details. So that way you can like log into multiple accounts at the same time. Like funding ticks, Take Profit Trader. Yeah, kind of wild price action for sure. Yeah, let me actually see if that works. I mean, it probably will. I don't see why it wouldn't. But yeah, try and sign into my account just through NinjaTrader directly. Boom. Oh wait, just sign me out. I think it worked though. So yeah, you can make an account in NinjaTrader, or you can just sign in with your funding ticks credentials and then download the platform. Wait, when I sign in, I click simulation. If you're talking about like after you've downloaded the platform and after you sign in, then yeah, click simulation, I'm pretty sure. Like when I log into Tradeovate, that's what I have to do. Because it's not like a live account. Well, this could have been the second entry we were talking about, potentially. But yeah, not sure if I'm trusting the price action too much here. I'm not gonna lie. You sitting on your hands? Not literally, but like probably figuratively a little bit. Because yeah, like this could have been the entry here at like 50 somewhere, which got like almost 20 points out of it. And if I did like lower my TP just based off like the ETR and stuff, or maybe the 5 EMA, it's like it could have been the profit target, but wouldn't have been able to scale in really that effectively. And yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how I feel about it so far. Or still, I should say. I definitely want to try and catch something here. But I definitely don't want to force anything either. So that's the tough part. Brandon went MIA. He did, it seems. I haven't seen him in the chat for a minute. Actually, it says he's still on the stream. He just hasn't said anything in a minute. Grab the shorts. We are kind of dumping through here a little bit.
Order filled.
All right, we'll give it a try. Give it a try. Below the 15. It might not work quite as well on NQ. ES might be better. We are kind of bouncing here. We do have a lot of sellers kind of come in here on this move. So I don't dislike it. Anthony, thank you for the follow. Maybe should have waited for the, what is it? Second entry, that's what I'm trying to say. Anthony, thank you for the follow. How do I change to dark mode? That's a good question. I think it gives you an option when you first like log in to let it be dark. I could be wrong though. And then there might be a setting somewhere after to change it to dark if like you didn't before. Skill already? I guess I might have missed it. If it gets back down there, I'll scale. Yeah. Ah, I see. Trying to get that idea in my head. I gotcha. Don't want to forget, that's facts. Yeah, I bet if we do get back below like 322, maybe like 315 could scale. Looks like it might get stopped out here.
Stop filled.
Looks like it is holding above the 15. Yeah, maybe I should have waited for one of these candles to kind of close a little bit better below, but on yes, the upper EMAs are right below the 15. Really? Yeah, definitely a lot different than NQ. Because yeah, technically like on NQ and my bias, this could have been the buy. The only problem is, yeah, like if I bought in here, this second entry would have been like not bad, but probably should have gone stopped out. Or maybe gone a small win. And then maybe I could have tried again kind of up here once we held above the EMA. And then this would have been pretty solid move, but again, definitely a little bit low on the ATR. It's going down a little bit. But obviously just gotta adjust on that. Put my chart on the cord. Let me check it out. Yeah, ES definitely. Actually, I might have gone this. Hold up. No, I didn't add it yet. I was trying to add the indicator that I have to this other chart. There we go. Now we got the ES kind of set up as well. But yeah, almost tempting to take this long off the 5, but definitely could be a little choppy. Every time I switch to NQ, no candles show up. That's very odd. I'm trying to think of why I might do that. I'd almost have to like see like a picture of what you're referring to. Does NQ have a contract date? The contract expires in December, if that's what you mean. It should be the same. Like ES and NQ should expire and like roll over the same day. Look for the ticker. I mean, I'm assuming it does if ES has something like that, but Lego Trade of Eight's ESZ25. Yeah, so NQ would be the same. It's like NQ Z25. Or wait. Yeah, Z25. For some reason on Trade of 8 it's showing like it's just Z5. At least on my Trade of 8. But that might have been like what you meant. Yeah. NQ Z5. ES Z5. We might try this bull flag. Essentially. But yeah, if you're not seeing any candles showing up, you could be like on the wrong contract. But the default should be like the current one, especially since the what am I trying to say? It's almost over. Like it's gonna roll over here soon.
Order submitted.
Oh wow.
Order filled.
We just went right through it at first. It's kind of funny. I meant to... whatever. Yeah, ATR is kind of down. Especially compared to a couple other like weeks. And my 12.5 point trade would be like... very, like I would have already hit it by now. Same for the other guy. Gotcha. Yeah, it could be the wrong time frame as well. Do I enter positions from the control panel?
Stop filled.
No. I mean, you might be able to. But let me see. Yeah, Ninja Trader can be like a little bit of a process to set up. It's a little more complicated than something like Tradeovate. So it might be worth like checking out a YouTube video to see like how to set it up and get it how you would like. But basically, once you have like some of your charts open, there should be like a setting on like the top bar called Chart Trader. And if you click that and then click Chart Trader again, the thing that pops up, you'll see like a chart thing on the right side of your chart that lets you like choose your account and then how many contracts you trade, you know, lets you put in positions. Yeah, not a bad wolf flag. Just got a little unfortunate or a little unlucky with the wick. It's a little choppy. Could have held and we could have, I think, hit our profit target up there. But like you guys know, I try to, you know, take out the risk when I can. Yeah, we just had to move up and then we came right back down to the EMA again. And then we got the pump and now we're dumping. So yeah, let's see what happens. See if we try to make the move lower or if we keep holding the 5-minute EMA here. For the flag, 2/3, the second leg is a consistent target. Yeah, I probably should just kind of go for something like that. Just kind of get in. And then, yeah, kind of get out somewhere towards the high of the leg. Something like that. Maybe get in a little sooner too. I think you guys can see this. It's a little ugly. For some reason, it doesn't show like the... Oops. Zoom in a little bit. This is what I normally see. But it doesn't show like the other stuff on the top or the bottom. For some reason, unless I do like this window capture thing, But that makes it so like everything on my screen shows, which sometimes if I like drag windows around and stuff isn't as ideal. Like if I move like a chart in the way, it's like, oh, like now it's in the way. So that's why I typically don't have this versus like just the normal setup that you guys see. But anyways, this is like what it looks like, the chart trader on the right. And you can see I've got like some windows up here, some buttons. So the one guy's still here. You just have to click this chart trader thing and click this, and that'll bring up the chart trader. And the normal one looks like this. And then you can make your trades. I have a different one that I bought, which cost a little bit more money. It's with my indicator, so it's a little nicer. That's why I use this. But the default one still works just fine. Okay, how to find regular NQ. When I click any NQ, no candles show up. All right, well, assuming, let's see. Assuming your setup is pretty similar to, actually, I'll turn this off for a sec. So yeah, assuming yours kind of looks like this, maybe with some indicators or whatever. It's trending up. Yeah, it looks like we might, I don't know, it's almost tempting to like try something off the 5. I mean, the zone would be a little tighter, but something like that seems to be kind of working. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit here. So basically, you should be able to select up here in the top left. And then I've got a couple pinned. But yeah, if you click on like, if for whatever reason, if it's like 0924 or even 0925, those aren't going to work. Like if I click on those, there's probably going to be no candles like this, which might be what you have, I'm guessing. Basically, you want to go down here to futures, and then you want to go down to NQ 1225 is the one that you want. And that should be this. You're getting too comfy trading outside 11 a.m. in my opinion. You're probably right, especially for your strategy. But typically, I like with my other strategies, I usually trade till like 12:30. So in general, I've always been kind of comfortable. So it's not like that crazy for me. But with your strategy, it probably is something like probably should just stop trading after like 11. Which is, it's fair. It's fine. Okay, there we go. Thanks. Okay, cool. I'm glad that fixed it because, yeah, it can be a little confusing, but you just want to make sure you're on like the right contract. How do I get a buy order to put somewhere? So if you want the panel to show up, like I said, you click this thing up here, chart trader, and then you click this again, and that'll let you like buy, market, sell, and then you can choose like an account like a sim versus like those accounts. I don't know why it has the sim selected. I think it's because I normally have the other one. But if you're talking about like, wait. Yeah, normally if you right click, you can click buy limit by MIT, which is like a market order. But you can use or like a buy or sell there. And then once you right click,
Order submitted.
then you can put that on the chart and you can move that around.
Order canceled.
Or if you have the chart thing open, you can just click buy at the top left, buy market, and it'll just get you in. But yeah, I've got this other thing here with my this account selected. So this is, yours won't look like this unless you buy this indicator, which costs a little bit of money, but looks like this second flag would have worked out kind of well here. Or was that the same one? Is it? Am I tripping? No, yeah, it's been a minute since the first one. But it looked very similar. I had this kind of little move up, work down. Anyways. Yeah, it's a little confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. Question, thank you for the follow. Next level is running a strategy in NinjaTrader that takes trades while you sleep. That is the next level. Automate the strat. I'm starting to understand this already. Yeah. No, yeah, you'll get the hang of it. Where our tools at? So there's a couple things like on the top that you can see. There's like this, you can change what the candlesticks look like. You can draw stuff if you click that. Or if you right click, it gives you some options. Like you can click the data series and change some things. Or you can click indicators, and that brings up this big box of indicators. So those are all the ones that I have. And you can scroll through all these indicators that they have on here. Or if you're talking about the actual like tools, if you go back to like the main control panel, there's like a tools thing on the top that you can click, and then there's some more things that you can look at. So yeah, personally, I always have like the control panel open just so I can see my different accounts, and you can like set it up to see your P&L stuff, kind of like I have in the top right here. You can see like phony ticks, and then you can see my P&Ls across the different accounts. And then I make sure to always have like my positions tab open, so that way I can see any open positions that I have in case some like don't close or open. Same with like orders. Like I said, it takes a sec to figure it out, but once you do, it's pretty straightforward. I need to find dark mode. Though LO, I'm getting flashbang when I open my control panel. Oh dang. I'll take a look for it, see if I can find anything about it or for it. Grok built me a NinjaTrader 8 bot 250/day. Yeah, NinjaTrader can run almost any prop firm, which is very nice. I remember I accidentally set mine to light mode too, and it took me a sec to like figure it out. Well, good tip to keep positions tab and separate window. TUI, you're welcome. Yeah, that's just what I've always kind of done. Especially like I traded with Apex before, and I trade like 5 of the accounts at the same time, or at least like 2, 3, 5. Anyways, copy trade, and sometimes yeah, when you're copy trading, especially like some accounts just don't exit the order, so it's just nice to see, make sure like okay, I have no limit orders and I have no open positions, because sometimes prop firms can be. I mean, it's not their fault, I don't think, but yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work as normal, as good as like a live account. And sometimes like you just have to like make sure you flatten all your accounts, otherwise you could be screwed. But I'll take a look around and see if I can find like the dark mode. How do you open the positions tab? So in the control panel on the bottom, you can see the different tabs, and you can click the plus. And then once you click the plus, you can click positions or orders or any of the options that it gives you. And then once you have that tab open, you can just like right click it and then you can move it to a new window, which will separate it from the control panel, or you can just leave it in the control panel. Or you can like duplicate to a new window. I have a couple different options. Yes, of course. You're welcome. Still just grinding higher off the 1 EMA here. Kind of the 5 as well. You might be able to get in kind of here. It's not bad. I'm not sure where my box went. I lost it. Angel, thank you for the follow. That would have been a nice move. Nice move here. Momentum kind of picking up a little bit. ATR is still kind of low though. Break at 15 minute. Yeah, it looks like both NQ and ES are taking out the highs now. Pennant. Oh yeah. Barely almost didn't even notice the pennant. I guess on NQ you don't really have a pennant, but ES you do. So ES is kind of breaking that. Pennant going up. Have you ever been denied a payout with funny ticks? I have not. Also, that's something that they kind of advertise. If you ever see like their ads on Instagram or Facebook, like they kind of advertise like no payout denials. I mean, I'm sure if you break their rules, which I don't think they have a lot of like specific rules, you might get denied or they might like, you know, do something about it. But as long as you just like trade normal or just like trade, they don't have like super picky rules. Just like don't go into drawdown, make some money, and you should be good. But yeah, I've never heard any issues of them denying payouts from other people either, so. Should be fine. But also, I wasn't ever denied a payout with Apex either. And they're the ones that were like notorious for like denying payouts last year. So I think, like I said, if you just trade, like follow the rules, don't do whatever they're saying, whatever their rules are. Again, Funny Ticks doesn't really have any extra rules like Apex. But even with Apex, if you guys are trading Apex, just follow their rules and you'll be fine. Even if they're a little annoying, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, like I said, never got denied a payout with Apex. Even like when everyone else was getting denied, I wasn't. So maybe I just got lucky, but I think it's because I just didn't break any rules. I think a lot of people that were claiming that they, you know, oh, I got my payout denied and I didn't do anything wrong. I think they might have been breaking some rules even if they didn't like realize it. Or they were just like claiming they're just salty about it. So trying to give Apex a bad rep on the interwebs. Who knows? There may have been some denials that were unjust. But I never had that experience personally. And yeah, Funny Ticks, I don't think it's denied any payouts. And today might be the last day for the 50% off. So if you want to take advantage of that, today is probably the last day. So definitely go check them out if you haven't already. If you use my code, you get the 50% off and you help support the channel. So definitely appreciate it. I know, I know you, the pennant is really going burr right now. It's paying the bills for some people probably. I know you don't trust on money, yes, but I mean, look at it go. It's kind of unmatched right now. Definitely should have taken this 5-minute trade though. Just kidding, it's after 11 a.m. It's probably fine if I don't force any trades. But if I did take like more trades, I would have made back my loss. Oh, that's why my dot box disappeared. I switched to NQ instead of MNQ. We're back. But yeah, if I tried some of these 5 EMA trades after the failure to go down, could have made back my losses. But obviously, don't want to trade too much, especially the kind of choppy price action. Dang, almost 12 o'clock though. It's almost about that time. Part of me still wants to try one more time. If we get back down to that 5. Especially now that we've kind of defined the uptrend pretty solidly, I'd say. Definitely don't want to be too hasty if we start dumping. But we could get a nice pullback and bounce in here somewhere. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I might catch a 5 since the ATR has gone down. Maybe lower this a little bit. ATR is only a 13, so I might have to go for like 10 points. Keep it pretty tight. Actually, no, we'll see the 5-minute ATR. I don't even have it up. I only got it up. ATR. Oh yeah, so the 15-minute ATR is a 37. So maybe we'll target like 27, 28 points. One time frame lower, so 1, 5, 15, 1 hour. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of size down the time frame a little bit. How do I delete tools that I put on my chart? What kind of tools? Like indicators, like these lines that I have? If you want to delete an indicator, assuming we're talking about the same thing here, you just right click, go to indicators. Oh, I accidentally put a Fibonacci. Okay. Because yeah, indicators, you just have to like go to here and then you can like click on one and click remove. But like tools, yeah, if you just like drew like a Fibonacci retracement or whatever, like one of these things, you probably just click on it and then click the delete button on your keyboard. Something like that. So the 15-minute pennant, use a 5-minute to trade the Momo. I gotcha. Just one time frame lower. Yeah, it might get a little pullback. Could be a nice sell below the 1 EMA. But then yeah, I might expect kind of bounce off the 5 here to continue this uptrend. Especially if we zoom out a little bit. Got a nice trend kind of here forming on the 5-minute especially. We've been holding above the 5 pretty well here. So definitely might be a fan of this. If we pull back into here, take the 5. ATR is a bit down though, so we got to be a little careful. Looks like that was kind of short-lived, unfortunately. My chart in the cord. Let me check it out. Yeah, little bounce here. Might not get the full pullback. That's right. ATR is down to a 12. I mean, it's almost at that point where, like I said, around 10. It's not my favorite to trade anyways. Oh, we got the phone chart. Hit the 5 EMA on the ES. Oh, nice. It looks like ES might just be a tad stronger than NQ like we were earlier. Yeah, it looks like it did hit kind of right here. So let's see if it plays out. It's above the 1. Don't know if we'll get that on NQ. Especially if we follow ES. Oh yeah, this is how you chart pennants. I didn't see the caption at first. But I see. We actually might pull back here now on NQ, like an entry. Getting that green. Kind of, but not really. I mean, we're not like in the red too much, but we're also not really in the green yet either. Haven't exactly had the main trades today. Probably could have tried a couple more. Probably could have tried another bull flag up here. But I wasn't sure if we're going to kind of chop around. And since then, we haven't had the best entries. And this one, we just got wicked at break even. I know, Monday is definitely not always the best. I fell asleep. Nice. I don't blame you though. This price action is not ideal. It's definitely going to put me to sleep soon too. I'm yawning. Catch the early? You mean like the early entry? I mean, it looks like we might have missed that. Yeah, I might bounce off the 5 on ES. Looks like we are. That's definitely something I could take into account. It's like, oh, we might bounce off 5 on ES. So I could enter on NQ even though we're not quite there yet. What does a 2 minute look like? 2 minutes. Let's see. Looks like this. Kind of a nice flag set up off the 9 EMA. Pretty nice. Yeah, nice move. Just didn't get it on NQ. It's those market makers. They heard me say, oh, I might be taking this trade. So they said, we're not going to give it to you. Would have been butter. I know, that was kind of clean. Scale in above the one EMA. Go for the highs up here somewhere. Would have been kind of nice. We might get an entry here, potentially. Assuming we might try it again, but I don't know if we will. ES kind of failed to take the highs there. Don't know if the first one will be quite as clean as the... Or don't know if the second will be as clean as the first. Sold there and had the stop loss at that support. And it rejected. Oh, like stop loss up here. That's like the worst when you get like stopped out by like the wick. And then it just like makes the move down without you. It's like, what the heck? I don't know if it will. It might hold up this EMA here and keep going higher. But that doesn't change my statement. When it does do that, it's the worst. Unbelievable, you might say. Yeah, there's a move back up. Just not quite getting the entry there on the 5-minute on NQ. Looks like ES is lagging behind a little bit. Not ready to take the highs. A little unfortunate. I might be about done trading today. We'll see. Keep my eye on the charts for a little bit, but I think I am gonna maybe test out some of the gaming stuff that I've had some issues with. I did change some things over the weekend with my internet. So for those of you familiar with what's been going on, there might be some better internet provider. I didn't change providers, but I plugged in a router that should manage the load better. So we'll see if we can. Maybe I'll try the new Fortnite or something. New Fortnite season. Actually, maybe I'll just do like Battlefield to be quicker. Just like get in a game, try it out. So I might try that. But we'll keep looking at the charts. We might just be kind of long and strong the rest of the day, not gonna lie. Might kind of slow grind up like we've been doing, just up and to the right. Maybe I'll sell. I guess it is December. So technically we've hit our profit target of up and to the right. Oh, I don't know if Brandon's here anymore though. He understands the December profit target. But yeah, it looks like we could just go open to the right the rest of today. Maybe we like find an area and chop. Oh, for how you trade the pennant, EMA rule is close below EMA is the exit or peak 5 minute. Looks like we're almost at the peak 5 minute. But yeah, we have yet to close below the, at least on like NQ, closing below the EMA. So still going up. Looking nice. Right, I would expect the Momo to pick up after a pennant. That's like the idea of the breakout. Once it picks up and you start making that bigger move. So yeah, the range of the RSI should expand. For sure, for sure. Hopefully my stream does not crash. We'll see. I'm gonna try Battlefield 6, see how it goes. If you are new here, enjoying the stream, definitely feel free to give me a follow or check out my YouTube channel, subscribe to that as well. I stream every morning, New York Open. So I definitely appreciate the support. And if you want to keep joining the stream and the chat and everything. But yeah, see if we can get some Battlefield working here. And then I might end the stream just in a couple minutes. We'll see though. I might try this entry if it happens kind of in the next 10 minutes. 10, 20 minutes. But it looks like we are losing a little bit of momentum to the upside. Could be pulling back here a little bit. I don't know, ATR is getting too low. I might just say no to this trade, even if we do get down there. ATR is an 11.6. If you're unfamiliar, that's very low for NQ. Not a big fan. Because that means you have to like, you almost have to size up if you're trading that. Just because you're not making like any money. But then sizing up can get kind of sketch if the momentum picks up. Might pick up going into 1 p.m. I was kind of thinking that too. Like it definitely could. We do have a 1 minute flag kind of here after the 1 of you. 9 EMA on the 1 minute. Could play out. Definitely could be not bad catching some of these longs. Try longs until they fail. Yeah, basically that's what you kind of have to do. Kind of want to wait till the 5 just to play a little safer. Get a little better entry, maybe go for a little bigger of a move. Yeah, we're uptrending strong pretty much on everything, at least the ES and NQ. Alright, you guys all have to let me know how this looks. I think it's not lagging as much as normal, but I could be wrong. I still might need to change some settings. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. I don't think I'm lagging too much. So it might have fixed some of my issues. As long as the stream doesn't look too like choppy or anything. Still looks like there's a little ping spikes here and there, but definitely not as bad as it's been. Yo, what's up? Con me FTW. This could be the pullback. Could be worth trying this last one here. Oh, maybe not. Let's see if we hold up here. But these sellers do seem to be a little strong here. They might just dump through, and if they dump through, we'll let them dump. If they're gonna dump, they're gonna dump. But if we can hold above the 5, we might try long. Or like I said, it might be kind of done. What am I saying? Yeah, the ATR is an 11. I don't need to force any trades here. I can't tell. I don't think I'm lagging, but I think there's like a little bit. It's hard to tell. But yeah, it looks like we're just going through that EMA. So what can you do? You think we make a new high of day? I think that's what you mean by that, HOD. I mean, so far we've been doing that pretty consistently. I wouldn't be surprised if we do it again. This could be like a fake dump. But also we might actually dump. So this could be a good buy here. I don't know if I'm gonna take it though because the ATR is kind of low, which I'm not a fan of. That's why you don't trade ES pennants, because it's like, where the heck is the momentum? Or the breakout? Exactly. You might just be getting unlucky with some of the pennants that you take or see. Oh. Should not push that. But yeah, good buy here. Almost at the point to scale in up here, potentially. But yeah, a little choppy. Pretty low ATR. So I would have to adjust the target accordingly. I'm trying out one of the DMRs, which I haven't really used on this game much. It's definitely a different play style for sure, but they're pretty good, I think. 15-minute EMA would have been clean. Oh, but they're always a little sketch. Yeah, like the pennants. Oh, yeah, NQ, just a little far away from the EMAs. This would have been like the first kind of entry on the 5-minute. But I don't think it would have gone close enough to the 15 on NQ. Plus ATR is just a little bit low, so maybe I'll just take one of my for fun trades for the views. Take like 10 contracts.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
See if we dump or if we just keep going up. Yeah, maybe I should trade some more ES. Just for when NQ, you know, isn't doing what it should. Yeah, playing with the DMRs, you like almost have to play like a sniper, but you can be like a little bit more aggressive. Makes it a little difficult to kind of know how to play. And this map's not the best for it anyway, so I probably should. Okay, I can like two-shot people. That's nice. I just need to hit my shots. It says my computer is under heavy load. But I think the stream is still... Okay, my aim kind of sucks. Yeah, it seems pretty responsive, even with dual streaming, so it might be kind of chilling. Might have fixed our stream issues, and we might be able to make it even better too. Yeah, looks like we might keep making the move up higher. Not sure how I didn't get any kills there, but what can you do? Oh, I nearly got him. Yeah, good thing we didn't get a trade. We're just literally chopping up and down. Where's your TP? Don't have it on this trade. This one's just for fun trade. Brings the viewers up sometimes, but looks like right now it actually is not. But also the market's not going anywhere, so that kind of makes sense. But I guess we could just put like a
Order submitted.
TP up there, that blue line. Yeah, market's kind of just chopping, so I'm not really looking for anything too crazy right now. This is a nice little spot. It should hold the 40s and push the highs, but ATR is kind of low. Might be kind of done with some of the main momentum. I train demo. I'm trading my funding ticks accounts through prop firm, but this trade with the 10 contracts, this one's demo. This one's just for fun because I'm kind of done trading on the day. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent trade. I don't know how I got that kill. He must have been really low. Hit him with like one bullet. Got thanks for response, of course. I'm still a relatively small streamer, so unless I'm not paying attention, I usually see all the messages and try to respond to as many as I can. Oh, bet on a guy and the YouTube now, getting the green. I mean, on this trade, technically yes, even though it's not real. Got my 10 contracts along, up 4K. Kind of nice, you could say. But yeah, just a fake trade, just for the views and the hypotheticals. But unfortunately, was not able to get any like good trades for real. We could have taken a couple of these off the 5-minute EMA. They would have worked out pretty well. But kind of sit on my hands a little bit. Didn't want to force anything. And then we thought about taking some trades up here, but then we kind of started just chopping around, and I mean, it is what it is. It's about that time of day, about lunchtime. 10, yeah, 10 contracts. Yeah, what can I say? I'm kind of a big trader. Just kidding. Were you here on, what was it, like last Friday? Wait, no, 2 weeks ago. Or even like last Monday. But I just threw on one of these trades and we're just like holding it. I was just like, oh, let's just go up. We're going to go up and to the right. And we did. I was up like 20, 30 grand on like 10, 12 contracts. It was kind of funny. But it was all just for fun. Paper chasing, thank you for the follow. So yeah, it's still technically like a good trade. But yeah, definitely not going 10 contracts long on these accounts. I don't even know if I can. Also, how's the stream quality? I think it's pretty good. Despite playing Battlefield 6, which normally like makes it really bad. But I think we're kind of chilling right now. You're almost at 100 subs. I know, we're getting pretty close. It's definitely slower than TikTok, like we talked about it before, I think, but like... we're definitely seeing some growth. I think the shorts, as well as just like keeping up the daily streams, is helping. It was pretty slow, like... or I should say like really slow. Like it took me forever to go from like 15 to 30. Or like even like 40. But like slowly it's just been going up and up, and in the past like month I've almost got like 1 a day on average. So kind of nice. Only have 8. Dang. I hate to hear it. It's definitely a grind. I mean, I've been doing like the streaming daily almost since like July on YouTube. Oh, geez. And only in the last like month have I really started seeing like consistent subs. Someone's picking us off. I don't know where he's at though. Dang it, I saw him, but I can't quite get the recoil. Yeah, tap fire more at that range. Oh yeah, he's got me. He's got me. But yeah, definitely grind on YouTube. Hopefully though, once I get to like 100 or even like more subs, I start seeing that exponential growth come in. That would be freaking... There's a guy up there. Oh, there's one way back there. But yeah, I'm still waiting for that exponential growth to come in. Yeah, it's so hard. I have to like tap fire that and he can just headshot me. I'm done. Yeah, TikTok's been actually pretty nice. I get like 10 new followers a stream, kind of on average. Sometimes I'll get a little bit more on those like bigger streams. Actually, we're gonna try sniping. Counter snipe this guy. Should be able to if I can get the right angle. I thought it was a guy for a sec. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're chilling. We're chilling, chat. There's a guy over here somewhere. On my teammate. Someone behind me too. Oh, nice snipe there. Didn't see the other guy. A little unfortunate. So these longer are still kind of working out. Kind of nice. Nice. That's all. Thank you. Thank you. Every now and then I'll get a clean one. It makes it worth it. That's why I love Battlefield. One of the reasons some of the snipes are just clean. Yeah, I can't like... There we go. So it's like, I think that... tank pulled up right as I was gonna get the other guy. But yeah, Battlefield 1 was one of my favorites. Purely because of like the sniping. That game was just amazing. I Like, actually, I think I have a couple of YouTube videos. If you ever get bored, I mean, you don't have to watch them, but there's a guy up here. Someone else got him. But yeah, I had a couple of games like back to back, like on stream, playing Battlefield 1, sniping. I just kind of popped off on both of them. I think it's definitely... Oh, that was good. 191 meters. Sniping in that game is definitely better than this game. But this game is still like... It's still worth playing, I think. And I think I'm definitely getting used to it more. But sniping Battlefield 1 was just clean. I think there's just a guy. Hard to tell though. Michael B, thank you for the follow. Alright, there we go, there we go.
Got eyes on enemy tank.
Yeah, I like the immersion and the realism on Battlefield 1 as well. This guy's trying to follow me. Dang it. Yeah, the weapons and everything are just a lot more immersive, I think. But this game's still good. That's why I got it. Otherwise, I'd probably still be playing Battlefield 1. And I hate to say it, but like I might end up going back to it. Just here and there. Because it's a classic. What's the target? Target is 488. Hypothetically. Let's see where's this guy at. Nice, there we go. Yeah, I've had some decent sniping games on Battlefield 6 as well. Just gotta kind of lock in and can be pretty nice. Nothing will quite beat like the headshot sound and satisfaction of a sniping, like a headshot snipe on Battlefield 1. But Battlefield 6 is quite good. Like, it makes a nice sound. It feels pretty clean and rewarding. So definitely cannot complain. I'm enjoying it. I also just haven't played very much because I've been having the issues playing it on stream. Which is why I haven't in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. I just haven't had a lot of time to play like off stream. But right now it seems to be working like really nice. Or at least like nice enough. See if we can get an angle here, kind of cheeky. Oh, I barely heard him, but I have my volume down a little bit. Unfortunate. We'll say Santos. Thank you for the follow. Rip. I don't know what's hitting me, but don't like it.
Contact! Enemy infantry!
Ah, I nearly got him. That would have been a super clean, like turn and kill.
Contact! Enemy helo!
Oh, that was clean. That was clean. Close one. Didn't tip any of them. Yeah, a couple nice snipes. I have to clip some of those for the good old TikTok. Oh dang, that was a nice snipe.
Need a fucking medic!
Oh yeah, I'm back. Oh. There we go, a little Call of Duty quickscope for you.
Order filled.
Oops.
Order cancelled.
I put the wrong order there. I meant to do it like I'll take profit. Instead I like bought again to scale in, of course. But I guess we'll take the win. Maybe I gotta start taking these trades for real, because every time I do, like, I always win, chat. I'm up 9k. Obviously, not trading 10 contracts normally. Oh, that was a nice headshot. But yeah, obviously, I'm not taking 10 contracts normally, but still really nice. Oh, that was a nice flick. Oh, there's a tank literally right there. Would explain why I'm taking lots of damage.
Sniper! Need a medic! Medic! Enemy helo! Contact! Enemy infantry!
Should be able to hit that guy by... Don't know if I have the distance wrong. Or what. There we go, that was nice. Well, this is actually kind of a close game. But I think we're going to lose because we're losing this momentum here. Yeah, if we held C, we might have been able to come back. Close game though, we almost came back. 29-14. Not bad. Well, that was fun. I think it worked out pretty well on the stream today. No lag or glitchiness. So might be good to start playing some more games in the future. But I think that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you're still here. If you want to see more, I'll be back tomorrow. Feel free to give me a follow or subscribe to my YouTube. Appreciate it. Check out Funny Ticks again. Last day to get 50% off. Definitely check them out. Use my code BANG to get that sweet deal. And yeah, hopefully see you guys again tomorrow. All right, peace out. See ya.